If we want to stand any chance at all at getting any fruit from his peppers, we need to get them potted on as soon as we can. They're not going to grow very big in these little 9cm pots. We've brought them on to a decent size now, but because we'll be approaching end of May soon, we need to get them moved into something bigger, because peppers need a really long growing season. Just before we get started with today's video, I want to say thank you very much to M. Sigsworth, who's made a donation to the channel. Obviously those donations help us out quite a lot when it comes to buying compost and containers. Over the next couple of days we're going to be popping out and getting an extra few bags of compost. Thank you very much for that donation, it's really appreciated. And we've got quite a lot there. We've been growing these for a couple of months. What I'm going to do is select the biggest ones that we've got and I'm going to move them into 2-litre pots. You'll be surprised at just how much bigger these plants will grow just by putting them into a slightly bigger container. And they all do look really healthy, although we have still got a reoccurring problem that's been plaguing us since the beginning of the year, and that's aphids. This is time of year when you're going to get that problem more often than not, and you've got to stay on top on it, otherwise aphids will drain all sap out of your leaves and eventually kill your plant. One of the easiest ways to deal with that problem is to just blast them off with a jet of water. So underneath those leaves, just use quite a strong jet and you'll see that pretty much all of them will disappear. And check just inside of that centre as well. And after one quick blast, they've basically all gone. When you're potting your peppers on, I'd make sure to do that with every single plant. But if that problem does persist, then you can mix in a teaspoon of washing up liquid with a couple of litres of water and then do the same process, and that's more effective long term. But for now we're just making sure these plants are clean before we move them. And we'll go through and we'll pick all the biggest ones, like I said. One thing that is worth mentioning though, if you're going to do this, don't do it and then leave them in direct sunlight, because you're going to scorch your leaves doing that. So once you've done that, keep them in shade. These are called California Wonder and they're a sweet bell pepper. And we grow more of these than we do chili peppers. I'm not a hot chili pepper fan. We just use a few during the year to make hot sauces. And if you want to know how to make hot sauce from chili peppers, there's a link in description to his cooking channel. And we've got lots and lots of recipes on there that shows you how to make all sorts of things from homegrown produce. So maybe that's worth a look to you. And if you find something you like, why not hit subscribe, because we'll be adding videos to that all the way through the year, showing you how we make soups, sauces and curries, plus freezing and blanching excess amounts of vegetables so we don't waste anything. So quick and easy job, and we've got 10 bell peppers all ready to be repotted. So all we need to do now is fill up these containers. And I'm just using multi-purpose compost, but we'll also be adding a bit of feed to each one as well. Just going to give those a bang down to settle that compost in. I'm not going to compact it too much because we've got to get the plants in yet. And as always, I'm going to use same size pots to make the holes. It makes moving these plants on that bit easier. And I'm going to pop just a sprinkle of bone meal in bottom of each, so there's some nutrients getting straight to those roots. But you could also use things like gromo or fish blood and bone it's up to you, whatever you can get for the right price. Also, if you've got any Epsom salts, put a sprinkle or Epsom salts in bottom as well, but not the perfume kind, because that's going to give them the boost of magnesium, and that's going to make the leaves even greener at the same time. We use that through, yeah, also in a diluted version, but we're doing a video on that soon enough. So now they're all set up, the rest is quite easy. We just need to take them out. No problems whatsoever with that root system. They're all really nice and loose. So all we have to do is drop that plant straight in those pre-made holes and press them down. And it's that quick and easy. Plus we also know that these plants are bug free. Everyone's pretty much same. Nice loose root system. Perfect time to be moved on. So we've got all those in less than a minute. So definitely a really quick, easy job to do. And we have got that satisfaction of knowing now they're going to grow even quicker, and they're growing bug free. Plenty of space for new growth, and they've also had that boost of nutrients. That's going to help speed things along even more. Something else that's definitely worth doing, whenever you're potting your plants on, because they've got big enough, then take away your first leaves that came out. Those very bottom ones. Just pinch those off. They've done their job. And you'll not be needing those anymore now. You're going to be concentrating now on getting a bigger plant and more side shoots. And if you want a bushier plant and even more side shoots, you can also pinch tops off your peppers. And we'll do that in another video, because it's especially helpful for people that have grown peppers with inadequate light, so they've got a bit leggy. Because you can't bury pepper plants to the extent that you would a tomato plant. It doesn't quite have the same effect. So to combat that, I'll pinch the tops, and then you'll create yourself an even bushier plant. You don't want your plant to be feeding old leaves. It needs to be feeding new growth. That's why we always take them away, as we do with cucumbers and other plants. I've still got plenty more of these plants to pot on, so I'll get cracked on with that. And then tomorrow we're going to be doing some tomato plants in big containers to put in that container garden. But that's for tomorrow. So until then, if you've not already subscribed and you want to see future videos, please hit that subscribe button and press that notifications bell. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.